You hear it first, right? That sound. It's not just a rumble. It kind of resonates deep down.
Yeah.
You know?
Primal, almost.
Yeah. And then you see it. That aggressive shape, sort of sculpted like it's moving even when it's parked.
Absolutely. It has presence.
And under the hood.
Yeah.
Well, 510 horsepower. Just ready to launch you. Yeah. It's almost hard to believe. We are, of course, talking about the Mercedes-AMG C63 S Coupe.
The dream machine for a lot of people.
Totally. It's more than just a car, isn't it? It feels like pure emotion, automotive passion concentrated. The pull for anyone who loves driving is just undeniable.
It really is.
But, okay, here's the big question we're trying to get into today. What actually happens when that dream, that, thrilling idea smacks into everyday life?
Like a reality check.
Exactly. Can this monster, as people call it, really handle the daily grind, bumper-to-bumper traffic, trips to the supermarket, trying to squeeze into tiny parking spots?
Yeah.
Day after day.
Right. Can you actually live with it?
That's our mission for this deep dive. We want to pull apart the layers, look at the amazing pros, all the reasons it feels like a dream come true, but then really dig into the cons, the stuff people maybe don't think about so much.
The compromises.
Yeah, the compromises of making this your daily driver. It's not just about the specs on paper, is it? It's about what the car demands from you, the owner, living with it every single day.
Yeah.
And who is that person who actually makes it work?
And that's spot on. This is about moving past the shiny brochures, the YouTube clips of track days, and getting into the real ownership experience. It's fascinating how manufacturers like AMG, they know this tension exists. They're not just selling metal and horsepower.
They're selling the feeling.
Exactly. An emotion, a statement, maybe even a lifestyle. Our sources suggest that for some, actually using this kind of car for the daily grind, overcoming those little hassles, that's part of the appeal. It's like a mini rebellion against the mundane.
A daily dose of I made it, even if it costs a fortune.
Kind of, yeah. Even if it seems, let's say, financially bold to an outsider. So this deep dive is about seeing if that emotional choice, and it is deeply emotional for most buyers, can actually hold up against the rational, sometimes really tough demands of daily life.
The highs and the lows.
The whole picture. We want to understand that balance and how it might play out for you.
Okay, let's unpack this then. When you talk C63S, the first thing, the absolute core of it, the heart of the beast, it's got to be that engine.
No question. The V8.
That's where the emotion starts, right? We're talking the legendary 4.0-liter V8 biturbo. Just a masterpiece of engineering, pumping out, 510 horsepower?
10 in the S, yeah. And it's not just any V8. It's AMG's M177, the hot V design.
Right. Turbos inside the V. What does that actually do for the driver day to day?
Well, it makes the engine more compact, helps centralize the mass a bit, which is good for handling. But the big thing is response, less turbo lag.
Okay, so it feels more immediate.
Much more. It's surprisingly linear for a turbo engine. You press the pedal, and the power builds really smoothly, almost instantly, not that old-school turbo rush after a long pause.
Gotcha. So it's not just the huge horsepower number, it's how you get it.
Precisely. That delivery is key.
And how does that translate to, just driving around town? The sources mention elasticity and immense torque. What does elasticity feel like behind the wheel?
It's that feeling of effortless pull. You can be in a higher gear, maybe doing 30 or 40 mile per hour, and you just gently squeeze the throttle.
And it just goes. No need to downshift.
Exactly. It just surges forward smoothly. That's the torque, the pulling power being available really low down in the rev range. It makes city driving surprisingly fluid.
So you're not constantly rowing gears or waiting for the power.
Not at all. It almost feels, almost electric in its immediate response at low speeds. A little push is usually all you need to glide through traffic. It really takes the stress out of stop and go, makes it feel less like a chore.
Less of an irritation, more.
Yeah.
Just effortless power on tap.
Until you decide you want more.
Right. Because then you press a bit harder and that Jekyll and Hyde thing happens. Highway overtakes. The sources say instant explosive acceleration.
And they're not wrong. It turns a routine pass into something, exhilarating.
And safe too, presumably. You're not hanging out in the other lane for long.
Definitely safer. You see your gap, you commit, you're passed. Done. That shove back into the seat. It's addictive.
Yeah, I can imagine. It turns a boring highway drone into an event.
That's exactly what our research says. Turns the most boring trip into an event. And it's not just hype. It genuinely does. Every single drive, even just popping to the shops, becomes a chance to feel something special.
Makes you actually want to drive.
Precisely.
And the sound.
Yeah.
You have to talk about the sound. The AMG Performance Exhaust System with the valves open.
Yeah.
described as a soundtrack you'll never get tired of.
It's a huge part of the character. It's not just noise, it's engineered sound.
What's it like? Describe it.
Well, at low revs, just idling or cruising, it's this deep, menacing rumble, a constant promise of what's available.
Just letting you know it's there.
Then, as you accelerate or maybe downshift, it builds into this incredible guttural roar. It's mechanical, it's loud, it's thrilling.
And the pops and crackles?
Oh yeah, lift off the throttle after giving it some beans, and you get those signature bangs and crackles on the overrun, like gunfire almost. It adds this layer of drama, of theater.
So the sound alone is a big reason to daily it.
Absolutely. It connects you directly to that amazing engine, makes every drive feel like a performance. It elevates the whole experience beyond just getting from A to B.
It's a constant reminder of what you're driving.
Exactly. It's visceral.
What's truly fascinating here, though, isn't just the raw power, the 510 horsepower number. It's how the engine manages to be. Well, almost two things at once.
Docile when you need it.
Right. Crawling through traffic without being jerky or annoying. And then, boom, instantly ready for high performance when you ask for it.
That adaptability, that balance, it's down to some really sophisticated engineering. And it's absolutely vital if a car like this is going to work as a daily driver.
It's not just a sledgehammer.
Not at all. It's a finely tuned instrument, really. It understands different demands. That dual nature, the thrill and the civility, that's what makes it more than just a weekend toy.
You get the excitement without always having the intensity.
Precisely. You can actually relax when you need to. It's a remarkable feat giving one engine such a broad character.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting for me. This idea of having like two cars in one.
The split personality.
Yeah. Despite that monster engine, the C63 S has this amazing adaptability. And our sources say that's a huge plus for daily driving. It comes down to two main things, right? The AMG ride control suspension.
The adaptive suspension, yeah.
And the dynamic select drive modes. And these aren't just gimmicks. They genuinely change the car's whole feel.
Fundamentally alter its character, yes.
So let's start with comfort mode. What did that actually feel like? Is it genuinely comfortable?
Surprisingly so, for what it is. The adaptive dampers are constantly adjusting, softening things off. They read the road and react in milliseconds.
So it absorbs bumps better.
It does. It takes the edge off. The suspension becomes, relatively soft for a performance car. The steering also lightens up quite a bit.
Making it easier around town. Parking.
Much easier. Less effort. Less of that heavy focused feel you might expect. And the throttle response gets gentler, smoother, less likely to lurch forward if you breathe on the pedal.
Which is exactly what you want creeping through traffic or a parking garage.
Absolutely. Our research calls it surprisingly civilized, can be driven around the city without any issues, and that feels accurate. It manages to be quite docile for everyday tasks. You're not constantly fighting it.
You can commute without feeling battered.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, but then you hit the button for Sport Plus or even race mode.
And everything changes instantly.
Like flipping a switch.
Totally. The whole car just tenses up. The dynamic select system changes everything. Throttle map, shift points, steering weight, suspension firmness, even the exhaust flaps open up.
So it becomes that uncompromising sports car.
Absolutely. The responses become incredibly sharp. Every tiny input has an immediate effect. You feel totally connected.
And the suspension.
Gets much stiffer. Body roll basically disappears. You feel everything the road is doing, which is what you want for spirited driving. And, of course, you get the full noise from the exhaust.
The full roaring symphony we talked about.
Exactly. This is the C63 Unleashed. Ready for a back road blast or even a track day.
So that duality is massive for daily driving.
Yeah.
You can choose the car's personality.
It's critical. Think about it. Monday morning commute, traffic jam, comfort mode keeps you sane.
Relaxed, relatively speaking.
Right. Friday afternoon, clear roads, you want some fun, flick it into sport, plus A, and you've got a completely different machine. Instant thrill.
Like a well-trained athlete who can chill out or go full intensity.
That's a good analogy. It means you don't have to compromise daily comfort for weekend fun or the other way around. You get both, tailored to the moment.
It adapts to your life, not forces you to adapt to it.
Ideally, yes. That's the goal.
So the question then becomes, how well does it actually do that switch? Is the transition smooth? Does each mode feel convincing?
That's the key, isn't it? It needs to be seamless and effective to truly deliver on that dual personality promise rather than just feeling like a set of compromises.
Not just modes, but actual characters.
Exactly. And what we're seeing here is Mercedes really trying to make high performance more accessible, more integrated into everyday life, not just for Sunday drives.
Bringing the thrill to the commute.
In a way, yeah. Making it usable day in, day out. The success of that transition, how convincingly it changes character, that's what makes it a viable daily driver for many, rather than just a weekend indulgence.
It acknowledges that even enthusiasts need to get groceries.
Precisely. It's a pragmatic approach to very high performance. They understand the buyer wants the excitement and the usability.
But, okay, it's not just a performance car, is it? You see the three-pointed star, the AMG badge. It's still a Mercedes.
Absolutely. And that comes with expectations.
Expectations of luxury, quality, technology. Does the C63 S deliver on that front? Our sources seem to think so, saying it keeps that Mercedes quality and technology heritage.
Which is crucial for daily usability. You wouldn't want to commute in something stripped out and basic every day.
Right. So inside the cabin, what's it like?
Very premium. You're surrounded by nice materials, lots of leather, Alcantara, carbon fiber, aluminum. It feels expensive, well-built.
Not just a functional cockpit, but a luxurious space.
Definitely. The touch points, the design, the ambient lighting, it all feels very considered, very premium. It's a place you actually want to spend time, even if you're just stuck in traffic.
Makes the mundane feel a bit special.
It does. It elevates the everyday experience.
And the seats. Performance cars often have seats that are great for 5 minutes, but torture after an hour.
That's a fair point. But the AMG Performance Sport seats here are actually pretty good. They give you excellent lateral support, which you absolutely need when you're using the car's performance.
Holds you in place during cornering.
Exactly. But crucially, the sources say they're still comfortable enough for long journeys.
That's the key, isn't it? That balance.
It is. They manage to hug you tight without being overly punishing. You could realistically do a long road trip in this car without feeling crippled afterwards. That's a big win for daily usability.
Okay, what about the tech? Infotainment? Connectivity?
It's all modern Mercedes fare. Depending on the year, you get Command or the newer MBUX system. It's not some tacked-on afterthought.
So good navigation. Smartphone integration.
Yep. Good nav with live traffic, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto are usually standard or available, and often a high-quality Burmester sound system option, too.
Turns the commute into a concert hall.
Or just lets you listen to podcasts clearly. It makes the daily drive much more pleasant, keeps you connected and entertained. It feels integrated, not like a compromise.
Yeah. And driver aids. Things that actually help with the driving part of daily driving.
Yeah, this is important. Things like surround view cameras and parking assistance are often included or available.
Game changers for parking a wide, low car in tight spots.
Absolutely. They take so much stress out of maneuvering in cities or crowded car parks. Seeing exactly where your expensive wheels are relative to the curb, it's invaluable.
Reduces the fear factor of scraping something.
Hugely. It makes the car much easier to live with day to day. So the conclusion from our research is pretty clear. This is not a Spartan sports car, but a well-equipped premium vehicle.
Power and pampering.
Essentially, yes. And that blend is what makes it genuinely usable every day for a lot of people.
And that blend, that mix of raw performance and genuine luxury, that's really what sets a car like the C63 S apart from maybe more hardcore track-focused machines, right?
Exactly. Think about something like a Porsche GT car. Amazing on track, but maybe less forgiving, less comfortable for the daily commute.
Fewer creature comforts.
Right. Mercedes understands that even the most die-hard car enthusiast appreciates heated seats on a cold morning, or a good sound system, or parking cameras. We're human. We like comfort and convenience.
Even when we also like 510 horsepower.
Precisely. A true dream car for daily use needs to deliver on both fronts, the thrill and the ease of use. It needs to fit into your life.
So it's not just a weekend fling, it can be a long-term partner.
That's the idea. It makes the emotional choice feel more sustainable, more integrated into your actual life. It's a holistic approach to performance motoring.
Okay, so we've painted a pretty rosy picture so far. The engine, the sound, the duality, the luxury. It sounds amazing.
There's a lot to love, no doubt.
But now, let's talk about the flip side, the reality check, the wallet.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, owning one of these, it's not cheap, is it?
No. Our sources are blunt. Owning a C63 S is expensive, full stop.
And probably more expensive than people initially bargained for.
Often, yes. The ongoing costs can be genuinely eye-watering.
Okay, let's break it down. First up, fuel. That big V8 must be thirsty.
Oh, incredibly thirsty.
Yeah.
Especially with premium fuel requirements. Our sources say even in calm city driving, you're looking at maybe 12, 14 miles per gallon.
Ouch. So stuck in traffic, it's just gulping fuel.
Pretty much, you'll be visiting gas stations a lot.
And if you actually use the power, if you drive it like an AMG.
Then forget about it. Consumption easily exceeds 25 L 100 kilometers, which is down around 9 miles per gallon, maybe even worse.
Wow. So your fuel bill is going to be substantial just for commuting.
Significant. For many people, that alone is a huge adjustment and a constant reminder of the cost of performance. Needs serious budgeting.
Okay, beyond fuel, what about maintenance? Servicing parts.
This is where it really ramps up. The sources are clear. Cost of service, replacing brake discs and pads and specialized tires, is several times higher than for a standard C-Class.
Several times higher. Why so much?
Well, it's specialized. AMG parts cost more. The fluids are higher spec. The technicians need specific training. An oil change isn't just an oil change.
Right, and brakes. Those big stoppers must cost a bit.
A lot. High-performance discs and pads wear faster, especially if you drive hard, and replacing them can easily run into thousands of dollars per axle.
Thousands. Just for brakes.
Yep, and tires too. Those wide, soft, grippy tires are essential for performance.
But they wear out fast and cost a fortune.
Exactly. They're expensive to buy hundreds per tire, and the soft compound means you might only get 10,000 or 15,000 miles out of a set if you're enjoying the car. That's another big recurring hit.
So gas, servicing, brakes, tires, it's adding up fast.
And we haven't even gotten to potential repairs yet.
The scary part.
Yeah.
What if something actually breaks?
The sources warn. Any repair related to the engine or transmission can result in a very large bill.
Define very large.
Think thousands, potentially tens of thousands. These are complex, high-performance components. Robust, yes, but if something does go wrong, a turbo issue, a sensor, the transmission diagnosis and repair require specialists, and parts are costly.
So you need a serious rainy day fund just for the car.
Or a very good extended warranty, yes. It's peace of mind you pay for.
Okay, what else? Taxes, insurance.
Both likely to be high. Vehicle taxes in many places are based on horsepower or emissions, so the C63 gets hit hard there. And insurance. Well, insurers know what these cars are, what they can do, and how much they cost to fix.
So premiums are going to be way higher than for a normal car.
Significantly, often thousands per year, depending on your record and location.
Right, so add it all together. Fuel, maintenance, potential repairs, taxes, insurance. It's not just buying the car.
Not even close. It's a continuous, significant financial commitment. You have to budget for it consciously month after month, year after year.
It really is a lifestyle choice with a price tag.
That's a perfect way to put it. The purchase price, that's just the entry fee. The real cost of ownership unfolds over time.
And it catches people out.
It absolutely can.
Yeah.
People get swept up in the excitement of buying their dream car and maybe underestimate the sheer scale of the running costs. It's easy to focus on the monthly payment for the car itself and forget about the constant demand for fuel, tires, servicing.
You need a budget not just to buy it, but to properly own and run it.
Exactly. Financial resilience and commitment are key. It's not a decision to take lightly from a purely financial perspective.
Okay, moving beyond the wallet. What about the actual physical experience? The ride? You mentioned it's surprisingly civilized in comfort mode, but it's still a performance car.
Right, and that means compromises. Our sources say even in comfort, the suspension remains firm. It's based on an uncompromising chassis.
What does uncompromising chassis mean in practice?
It means it's built primarily for stiffness, for handling precision, for minimizing flex when you're cornering hard. That's great for performance.
But not so great for bumpy roads.
Exactly. That inherent rigidity limits how much plushness you can dial in. So the sources say, on poorly maintained roads with potholes and bumps, the ride can become tiring.
Tiring? How so?
Just wearing. If your daily commute involves cracked pavement, expansion joints, rough city streets, you're going to feel it. A lot. The adaptive suspension helps, but it can't erase the fundamental stiffness.
So it's not just the occasional big jolt. It's a constant stream of feedback from the road.
Pretty much. For some people, that can become genuinely fatiguing over time. It makes the drive less relaxing, more involved, even when you don't want it to be.
Constantly bracing yourself a little bit.
Kind of, yeah.
The tires play into this too, right? Low profile, big wheels.
Definitely. The C63 runs low-profile tires on large wheels, usually 19s or 20s. Great for grip and sharp steering.
But less cushioning sidewall.
Right. Less rubber between the wheel and the road, so it makes the ride inherently harsher. But maybe more worryingly, they're also very vulnerable to damage.
Potholes are the enemy.
Potholes are the arch nemesis. Hitting one hard can easily cause a bulge in the sidewall, meaning a new tire is needed immediately. Or worse, you could bend or even crack one of those expensive alloy wheels.
Which costs a lot.
Thousands, potentially, for one wheel. Plus the tire. Plus the inconvenience.
So you end up driving differently.
Yeah.
More cautiously.
It creates this psychological stress. The sources say the constant fear of hitting a pothole becomes part of the daily routine.
You're always scanning the road ahead, not just for traffic, but for hazards.
Exactly. Hyper-vigilant. Always worried about that expensive bang. It subtly takes away some of the carefree joy of just driving. You're protecting your investment.
Adds a layer of anxiety.
A low-level anxiety, yeah. It's always there in the back of your mind on imperfect roads.
Okay, what about winter? For people who live where it snows.
Yes. Winter driving challenges. It's powerful, and it's rear-wheel drive.
Even with good winter tires.
Even with the best winter tires, putting 500-plus horsepower through only the rear wheels on slippery surfaces, it demands maximum concentration.
It can get tricky, unpredictable.
It can be, yes. You need very delicate throttle control, smooth steering inputs. It requires respect and skill. It's not like an all-wheel drive car where you can just point and shoot.
So navigating snowy hills or unplowed streets could be genuinely stressful.
Potentially, yes. It requires a driver who is confident and competent in those conditions. It's not forgiving of mistakes when traction is low.
So summing up the ride and handling, it's a clear trade-off.
Absolutely. You get incredible agility, sharp handling, amazing road feel on good surfaces.
Which is what the car is for.
Right. But the price you pay daily is reduced comfort, vulnerability to road damage, and that constant low-level anxiety on bad roads, plus potential winter challenges. You have to be willing to accept that trade-off.
It's part of the deal.
It is the deal.
And this really highlights how much context matters, doesn't it? Where you live, what your roads are like.
Critically important. Someone in, say, Southern California with smooth roads and no snow might barely notice these issues. They'd find the ride perfectly fine.
Part of the sporty character.
Exactly. But someone in maybe the Northeast U.S. or parts of Canada with harsh winters and decaying roads, they could find it genuinely frustrating every single day.
Turns the dream into a bit of a headache.
It could. That uncompromising chassis is a feature on a smooth road, but it becomes a definite con when the environment itself is rough. It's all about matching the car to where and how you'll actually use it. Very personal.
Right. Okay, one last area, and it's one you might not immediately think of as a con, the attention.
Yes. The spotlight effect.
This car turns heads. Our sources say it plainly. This car attracts attention. Always. Sounds fun, right?
Initially, maybe.
But what's the reality of that, day in, day out, when it's your commuter car?
Well, there's the good kind of attention first.
The wanted attention.
Yeah. Our sources say it's pleasant to catch admiring glances and receive compliments. And it is. People appreciate the car, give you a thumbs up, ask questions. It feeds the pride of ownership.
Makes you feel good about your choice. Part of the experience.
Definitely. It reinforces that you're driving something special, something desirable. For some, that's a big part of the appeal.
But then there's the other side, the unwanted attention.
And this is where it can get tricky for daily driving. The sources mention constant attention from law enforcement.
Just because the car looks fast?
Yeah.
Even if you're behaving.
It can happen. A car like this stands out, looks aggressive. You might just attract more scrutiny, get pulled over for things another car wouldn't.
Annoying. What else?
People wanting to race you at traffic lights.
Ugh. That must get old fast.
Very. It can be immature, frustrating, even dangerous if they're being aggressive. You're just trying to get home and suddenly you're being challenged. Requires restraint.
And then the really worrying one, potential thieves.
Yeah. This is a high-value, desirable car. Leaving it parked somewhere public, like a supermarket lot, the sources say it's always a bit stressful.
You're constantly worried about it. Check in on it.
You become very conscious of where you park it, under lights, near cameras, maybe avoiding certain areas altogether. It's always in the back of your mind.
Because you can't just blend in.
Exactly. You will not be able to blend in with the traffic and go unnoticed. This car makes a statement, whether you intend it to or not.
So that constant spotlight, it takes a toll.
It can. That loss of anonymity, the need for constant vigilance, managing other people's reactions, it can be draining over time.
What starts as fun becomes a burden.
For some people, yes. That little bit of background anxiety about where the car is, who's looking at it, It impacts your peace of mind. It's a mental load most drivers don't have.
You have to decide if the pride outweighs the paranoia.
That's a good way to put it. It's a very personal calculation.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, it just shows how owning a car like this isn't just mechanical or financial. It's social, it's psychological too.
Absolutely. For some, that attention is validation, part of the joy. For others, especially maybe more private people, it's a genuine drawback, a burden that affects their daily life.
Turns your private drive into a public spectacle sometimes.
It can feel that way, and that's something every potential owner needs to really think about. How much of that public interaction and vigilance are you comfortable with in exchange for the driving experience?
Right. So let's bring it all back. We started with this tension. The dream versus the reality. Can you daily drive a Mercedes-AMG C63 S Coupe?
And the answer, based on everything we've looked at, seems to be
yes,
you absolutely can.
But there's a big but, isn't there?
A huge one. The sources are clear. It is not a rational choice. It is an emotional one.
You buy with your heart, not your head.
Exactly. It's for a very specific kind of owner.
Who is that person?
Yeah.
What makes them suited to it?
Someone who gets it. Someone willing to consciously make compromises. Someone willing to bear significant expenses. And we mean significant. All for the sake of feeling those unparalleled emotions every day.
So you have to want that emotional hit more than you want practicality or economy.
Precisely. It helps if your daily commute is predominantly on good roads. You need to be not afraid of high ownership costs, and you must be willing to tolerate a stiff suspension and the other little discomforts.
You have to accept the compromises as part of the deal.
You have to embrace them, almost, because they are real, they are present every day.
But if you are that person, if those things align for you,
then the rewards are huge. This car truly delivers on that duality. It can be that comfortable companion in traffic thanks to comfort mode.
surprisingly civilized.
Right. And then flick a switch, and it's an absolute adrenaline generator. It turns any drive into an event.
More than just transport, it's a daily dose of excitement.
A daily reminder of automotive passion, yeah.
Ultimately, then, it really just comes down to you, your priorities, what you value most in a car.
Absolutely fascinating, isn't it? It's this emotionally charged machine, and its biggest demands, the cost, the stiffness, the attention, are tangled up with its biggest appeals. For the right person, a true enthusiast who craves that V8 roar, that sharp handling, that sheer presence.
For them, the price is worth it.
It seems so. The financial cost, the comfort compromise, even the stress. It might all feel completely justified by the sheer joy and exhilaration they get every single time they get behind the wheel.
It's not a compromise to them, it's just the cost of admission to that experience.
Exactly. It's a chosen lifestyle, a celebration of what they love about cars.
So what does this all mean for you, listening right now? When we chase that dream car for daily use, are we trying to make the mundane exciting? Inject that thrill into every trip?
Elevate the everyday commute.
Yeah, or are we just setting ourselves up for the daily grind to expose the dream's flaws, letting reality chip away at the fantasy?
Revealing the practical limitations.
Exactly. And for you, when you really weigh it all up, what matters more? That constant thrill of the extraordinary or the quiet comfort of the ordinary? Something to think about on your next drive.